Hey guys, welcome to the channel once again, and I'm sorry that I've been missing for the last 4 days, but there are a lot of things that are coming up. This whole setup here is going to be changed very soon. We are in the final stages of revamping our smartphone tutorial studio so that you get better quality videos. At the same time, there's a lot of things happening with the OnePlus 6 as well. It was out for insurance because I had planned to do a water test and that didn't really go well, so the entire phone was dead, and that's a long story. Maybe I'll share it in another video, but hey, for today, well, we're going to talk about the OnePlus 6 again. And just like the OnePlus 5T Star Wars edition, if you remember, there is a OnePlus 6 Avengers edition, and as I noticed on XDA, there is a new kernel, that is a custom kernel available, which is known as Smurf Kernel, which allows you to convert your device into a Avengers edition. Basically, it just adds a lot of governors and a lot of custom things on the kernel side, and I will be posting a link to that particular thread so that you can download the latest version and install it. At the same time, I will link to my Google Drive wherein you'll have all the wallpapers for the Avengers edition, so more or less your phone will look like a Avengers edition device, and maybe if it is a 8GB RAM variant, it will perform like one as well, because hey, mine is a 6GB variant. Nonetheless, if you want that Avengers experience, this is the kernel to go for. So this is a quick install and preview that we are talking about. We are not going to go in details because I just installed it like 10 minutes back and thought like, let's go ahead and make a video about it. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, because there's awesome stuff that we do on this channel about phones. And if you are going to subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so that you get notified every time I upload a brand new video. At the same time, if you like motorbikes and travel is your thing, well, here's a card to my second channel. Go ahead and check that channel out as well. Now, without further ado, hello awesome people. Welcome to Smartphone Tutorials. My name is Kailash. Let's get flashing. Alright guys, so welcome to the channel once again, and what you see here is a OnePlus 6 running Oxygen OS 5.1.8 with an unlocked bootloader and TWRP installed. So those are the prerequisites if you want to go ahead and install a custom kernel like this one, which will allow you to not only change governor, frequencies and a lot of things. It will also allow you to get this Avengers theme. Just like the OnePlus 5T, it was a little easier on the OnePlus 5T. OnePlus have made things a little difficult to keep those exclusive things to the OnePlus 6 Avengers editions, but hey, anything is possible in the world of Android, so let's get started. Now, this is going to be a relatively short video because we are not going to cover a lot of features about the kernel. In fact, what we will do first is we have the kernel page open. Let me just have a look what are the things that this kernel offers, and maybe, you know, in the upcoming videos which will cover a full review, I will share all the details then. Now, these are the different versions available. The latest one is 1.3.9. So if we were to scroll down, well, features are, let's talk about the governors over here. There are some new governors that are available, and there is an explanation that which governor does. The different I/O scheduler, CPU, GPU, miscellaneous changes and stuff like that. So this is just like any other custom kernel, but the highlight of this custom kernel is that not only it keeps all the stock functions and features, it also allows you to go ahead and change your phone into an Avengers edition. That is just basically a basic theme color, yellowish, maybe golden if you will, and then there's a bunch of wallpapers that you can download and install. So now that we've spoken about the kernel, the link for this particular kernel will be mentioned in the description. Please go ahead and thank the developer because they do a lot of hard work to bring these awesome things to us. So moving on, let's go back to the home screen. Now, I already have this kernel installed, but let me just go ahead and help you guys install it because it's a pretty straightforward process. Now, before we begin, the prerequisites, as I said earlier, you need to have an unlocked bootloader, you need to have TWRP, and you need to have the kernel zip copied in your phone's internal memory. At the same time, it would be better if you've already downloaded and copied all the wallpapers to this phone's internal memory. Now, as you can see, this is a pretty stockish looking OnePlus 6 with a default wallpaper and one of the default themes, if you will, the blue accent and stuff. All right, so what next? Well, let's just go ahead and boot into recovery because I have the kernel downloaded. So let's press and hold the power button. Now this here, we have the advanced reboot menu available, so you can enable it from the developer settings. So reboot and recovery and touch to reboot. So once you're booted into TWRP, you don't need to do much. You just need to go ahead and flash the kernel zip, and it by default enables all the things that are required, including the custom governors and stuff. So there you go, TWRP is booting up now. Alright, so as you can see, we are in TWRP now, so let's go to install and select Smurf Kernel 1.3.9 and swipe to confirm flash. It's a relatively small file, so it will install real quick. And to be honest, in my couple of hours that I've experienced with this kernel, I did not see any flaws or any bugs or any mainstream bugs which would ruin your experience compared to stock OxygenOS kernel. The deep sleep is working fine, double tap is working fine, all the main streamlined or main features that are required to run your phone smoothly are working. So the kernel is now installed. Let's go to the home screen of the TWRP and reboot system and do not install as always. So let's wait for the phone to boot up and we should be golden with a golden Avengers theme. Now this is a very initial video, so I'm not really sure if there are any downsides to it. Will it survive a OTA? I don't think so, because when you install a OTA update, if you're unlocked, you will have to flash the full ROM, which of course will give you the stock kernel. Alright, so what now? It still looks the same. It still looks absolutely the same. Nothing to worry here. So let's go to settings first. Let's go to about, and if you scroll at the bottom, if you look here, it says Smurf Kernel. So let me show you where the magic happens. If you go to display over here, and if you were to go to theme, bam. So earlier in a normal OnePlus 6, you would have default, you would have light, you would have dark, but you would not have something called as the Avengers. And the moment you select the Avengers, you will notice that the accent color changes to a color which is not usually available, and the accent color picker gets grayed out. So that's one part of enabling Avengers theme. Now the second thing is as simple as that, the wallpaper. So I have all the wallpapers downloaded. There we go. Say let's keep this as the home screen and let's keep Mr. Stark as the lock screen, and let's go back. So as you can see, we now have an Avengers wallpaper. We now have exactly the same Avengers theme around the system over here, settings and everywhere else. And all the wallpapers which are available in the Avengers theme are available. I have kept it in the download link that I've shared with you guys. If you see here, there you go. So those are all the different Avengers wallpapers which are available. You can go ahead and keep the wallpaper of your choice. So that was a quick install and preview on how to go ahead and get the Avengers look on your OnePlus 6. Now I really think this is not really much compared to how different it was on the Star Wars, but this is a small update for you guys. In Android P, developer preview 3 or 4, whichever is going to come out, you will have an option to select the accent color of your choice, because it is already there in the existing developer preview. Nonetheless, that should be coming in a couple of days. Excited to try a very stable version of Android P, and stay tuned. So for now, this is Kailash signing off at Smartphone Tutorials. If you liked the video, like, share and subscribe. Until the next one, keep smiling, take care, goodbye.